Yo guys, welcome to the KingMeowfasa YouTube channel, where today I'm going to be analyzing my first ever sub 20 speedrun. So on the right of the screen here, you can see I've been using a strategy called multi-instancing, which is where you actually have 3 different instances of Minecraft open at once, which just improves reset efficiency. So I can reset faster, cycle through seeds, get better seeds hopefully. So anyway, you see that I've loaded into my world here, I see a shipwreck, so I know that the seed is runnable. I start getting some wood. Fun fact about this run was I was actually watching Nice Twice, who's another speedrun streamer, on my second monitor at the time, so I can't include the game audio, which is why you hear me doing this voiceover, because his game audio and my game audio were overlapping. It was actually very confusing. There was a point in the run where there was a skeleton shooting at him, and I thought it was in my run, and I got very confused for a second, but you'll see that later on. But I'm getting my wood here. I know that my shipwreck is pretty close. So I kind of threw my crafting here, I think. We'll see in a second. This is like my first run, my first actual run of this session, which is a pretty poor excuse, but anyway, I'm going over here. You'll see a ton of my hitboxes here to see if I can see some kelp, which could indicate a magma ravine. I see kelp literally right next to me, so I know there's an enter there, because I managed to peep some obsidian, so I grabbed my iron. I got a ton of iron from this shipwreck. So I can comfortably craft my pickaxe, shovel, axe, bucket, and flint and steel. And then I can head down in here. I thought it was a magma ravine. It actually wasn't a magma ravine. It was a normal ravine with a massive lava lake at the bottom, which works just the same. For a nether portal. Ignore me mining the granite with a shovel. It's very cool. And now I usually play for, this is a really good enter time for me, because I usually play for sub 3 nether ins. And over here I'm looking at my time and I see, oh shit, this is almost sub 2. 2-minute flat nether in. And I'm looking at my E counter up there. I can see it spiked to about 48. Not a very big spike, but I'm microlensing here. I see the spike of 37 that direction, so I know that there's probably a bastion in that direction, or else it's a Crimson Forest biome or Basalt Delta or something. I do see a Basalt Delta, so at this point I'm kind of nervous that maybe the bastion spike isn't real, but I know that bridge bastions usually have fewer entities because there are fewer piglins in the bastion, so I'm thinking it's probably a bridge bastion if there's a bastion at all. I'm also getting mushrooms here because if you noticed in the overworld I didn't get any food because that was only half of the shipwreck that had the iron in it. There wasn't a food half of the shipwreck. As I'm coming through here, I see the bridge bastion in front of me. I can see the chalice right there. I can also see that the right side rampart, if I'm facing the chalice side of the bastion, is a good rampart. So I know there's a triple chest rampart there, so I know I can do a bastion route called the Dowski route, which is actually the exact same bastion route that Cube 1337X uses in the 1.16 world record speedrun. So I'm getting blocks here because I know that I need a tower up, which is kind of unfortunate. It's kind of a time loss to have to tower all the way up to this bastion, but there was really no other option there. Yeah, I tower up right next to the chalice here, and I can start grabbing my gold to trade with the piglins. I grab one more gold block so I can use it to aggro piglins so that I can get more of them in my trading hole when I do my Dowski route. I see that hoglin there. I know he's kind of far away, so he's not really going to bother me. And I head over to my right side triple chest bastion part so I can start doing my bastion route and start trading with piglins as soon as possible. I broke the gold block to aggro them so that they would come running down. And at this point, I'm on a really good pace. Like, this is really good pace for me, because I've just been playing for a sub 20. I haven't been going for a world record or anything. But this is actually insane pace. Like, I'm pretty nervous at this point. So over here I'm using my increasing and decreasing my render to find out where a mob spawner loads in so that I can locate where the nether fortress is. And now I'm heading over to the chests over here so I can hopefully find some obsidian, because if I get 20 obsidian I can do a strat called double travel, which is what the world record speedrun used. But unfortunately I didn't roll enough obsidian. I got some obsidian on this side of the bastion because this side was also a triple chest. But I only got enough for, only ended up getting enough for one portal. Oh, and then I threw my bastion nav here. I kind of fell down here. This was like probably the biggest misplay of this half of the run. This half including the overworld and the bastion split. But over here I can see I've got pearls, I've got my obsidian, enough to make one nether portal. I'm putting gravel down there to get out all the trades, and I realize I can just leave my bastion. I don't have a lot of string, but I know I've got iron so I can make shears if I need to. I'm not double traveling, so I won't end up straight in the stronghold. There will be an overworld split after the nether. But I'm actually on insane pace here. This pace is like 1 minute short of where Cube1337X left his bastion in the world record Minecraft speedrun, which was a 9:08. But you'll see that most of the time losses that I made in this run will come in this half of the speedrun here. Trying to locate the fortress. I know that I have to go east, but unfortunately it was like really diagonal east, not due east. more northeast, I should say. Yeah, I didn't want to take the full damage, so I just hopped in my boat. They call that a Benix boat. And I decided to try and pearl over this lava lake here. The pearl didn't make it. This is another really unfortunate time loss, because swimming in lava is extremely slow. Now, I'm going to open my pie chart here again in a moment just to check that I am actually close to the fortress. So, I open my pie chart. I see that it's not loaded in yet. So, I'm confused. So now I'm redoing my pyrite. This is another really unfortunate time loss that had to happen. And I see that the fortress is still 17 chunks away, which is what it was at when I was at the bastion. So I'm thinking, did I go the wrong direction? But actually, I just went 16 chunks, like, south. When, yeah, it's difficult to explain, but the spawner was actually northeast. So it picked up when I went to the east quadrant, but I should have just gone more diagonal, I guess, which is unfortunate. I went back after the run and actually saw that you could see the nether portal from certain angles. You could see the spawner from certain angles from my initial nether portal spawn, which I didn't look for. I didn't look for the fortress, but if I had seen it from my initial portal, I would have known which way to go, which is really unfortunate. But I threw a nice little pearl here, clutched onto the side of the fortress underneath the spawner. Decided to renew my fire res because I only had 26 seconds left on that. And I towered up to the spawner to start killing my blazes. Now, usually for sub 20, I want to be going for a sub 10 second structure enter, especially if I don't have double travel with that extra 10 obsidian. So this is really, really good pace for sub 20, I would say, because I'm in the fortress at about 8 minutes and killing my blazes already at the spawner, so... Now, I know that I don't have enough string. I can't blaze bed, which is where you use a bed to blow up these blocks that I'm mining out by the spawner. So I'm just, you know, toughing it out, mining the blocks. And this is the point where I was watching Nice Twice's stream and there was a skeleton shooting at him and I heard the arrow. You'll see me in a second looking to see if I can see the skeleton, because I heard an arrow that was shooting at him, but it wasn't actually in my game. Yeah, I don't know if it's happening yet. Oh, this was super unfortunate as well. The blaze rod dropped in a really unfortunate spot, but that happens to me all the time. It's just bad RNG. Not a skill issue at all. Yeah, you saw me look up there. That was me looking for where the skeleton was, but it was not actually in my game. You can see I've only got 3 blaze rods already, so there was a whole lot of dead time here where I was just waiting for my blazes to spawn and I just didn't know what to do with. So I was crafting armor because I had a ton of iron. I have shears so I can get more wool from sheep in the overworld. And I got a 4 spawn here, which is really nice. Hoping to get some more rod drop rates here. I did get 2 drops there, so I'm on 5. I need at least 1 more blaze rod before I can leave. And do some inventory management right here. I saw that piglin killing the hog down there and I was kind of jealous because I didn't have any food. And then I was just figuring out which way to go for my blind travel. Because I know that I can't double travel because I don't have enough RB. So now I've got 6 rods. I'm heading out. This is a really good time to be heading out for sub 20. Because I know that the fortress kind of goes in the direction that I want to blind. So I'm heading that direction. Kind of messed up the jump there with the lava, but whatever. Oh yeah, and right here I run out of sprint. So I'm just walking at this point. Which is super frustrating, especially if you're a speedrunner. So I decide to use a pearl and just pearl out there, hope that it lands on good blind coordinates, and I decide to head out here at 156, 161, which is really okay for the first ring. Really good, actually. I was super glad I didn't spawn in a cave here. And there was some pigs right here, which is really nice. He dropped 3, which was super clutch. And now I know I need to start throwing my, I see some sheep over there, so I'm really hoping the Eye of Ender goes in that direction so I can get my extra wool for beds. So I craft some eyes. I'm gonna do a distance check here with the Ninja Brain bot, which is a calculator that we use to locate the coordinates of a stronghold by measuring the eyes. I kind of messed up my measurement here with the pause adjusting. So I had to throw another one just to be sure. But this pause adjusting is where I lost most of my RTA time. So you'll see there's 2 timers right there in the top right of the screen. The one is real time, which is the top one. You can see it moving right now. But when I'm paused, the one at the bottom, which is in-game time, doesn't increase because it doesn't count pauses in the same way that RTA does. So the time that Minecraft speedruns use, or the official speedrun.com website uses to calculate your time, is based on in-game time mostly. But yeah, you shouldn't really be abusing pause like I did in the when I was doing my adjustment of the eye measurement. But anyway, I throw another one here to get a more accurate measurement for the Ninja Brain bot to calculate my exact coordinates of the stronghold, so I know that I know where to dig down to get into the starter staircase. Okay, and now the bot will be telling me that it's 100% sure that the coordinates that it's showing are where I need to dig down. That I actually broke, and I left on only 6 blaze rods. So at the moment I have 11 Eyes of Ender, which is very nerve-wracking because if the Ender portal in the stronghold spawns with no Eyes of Ender already in it, then if you have 11 eyes, you can't enter because you need 12 eyes to enter, obviously. So I was just praying that it was gonna be a 1 eye at least at this point. And the bot also tells you, the Ninja Brain bot also tells you how far away the stronghold is, but so it was about 1,000 blocks away. If I had managed to blind closer to the stronghold, this run could have been a lot better than it was. Because at the moment I have to travel 1,000 blocks to get to the stronghold, and this isn't exactly the best terrain to be traveling in. You don't really want to be traveling in a swamp. But I mean, it's not the worst either. You could have spawned in a jungle or a giant tiger or something. Ideally, on your first portal, if you're not doing double travel, you want to spawn in an ocean, so you get ocean travel, but it wasn't too bad. I'm getting tons of wool here. I've only got enough wood at the moment for 5 beds, which I didn't realize at the time. I thought I had enough wood for at least 6 beds. But I've only got 15 wooden planks there, you can see in my inventory, which is enough to craft 5 beds, even though I've got tons more wool. And the beds will be used to one cycle the dragon. I actually did some pretty amazing boat navigation here through the lily pads, and I don't know, that was just, yeah, I put that down to being an F1 enjoyer. Just know my racing line, I guess. No, I did hit one here. Yeah, I hit one there. That was the only one, I think. I glanced on there. Lily pad navigation on point. Tons of pigs here. I was like, let me get some food. But the aimbot Andes were like, nope. And yeah, that was unfortunate as well. Bit of a time loss there. I did end up getting a couple of pigs. That skeleton actually shot the pig for me as well, which was cool, I guess. Now I'm checking my coordinates to see where I'm at in relation to where I have to be to dig down to the stronghold. I grabbed some water in my bucket to MLG with when I dig down. And I'm pretty much on my X coordinate. If I remember correctly, it was 1588 that I had to be on, and 300 and something on the Y coordinate. So I've got my line now. I just need to go straight until my Y coordinate lines up with what the Ninja Brain bot is showing me off screen. Still getting more wool, even though I've only got 15 planks. And I see there it's lined up. Oh, it's 235 that I had to be at. So I'm blocking off my hole in case any nasties decide to jump down, and I'm just sending it. I decided not to throw another eye because I already had that 1 eye break. So I'm just trusting that the bot knows where it's putting me here, and I'm digging straight down. Checking my F3. I checked it at some point. Yeah, I checked it here to see what level I was at, because I didn't want to miss the stronghold, but as you'll see in a second, I did hit the starter staircase. I MLG'd nicely down there. And I'm a little bit disappointed in my stronghold nav here. It could have probably been better if I had just gone straight down the middle there, straight linear, which is what you should always do. But I decided to go to the left here for some reason. I knew that was probably too far down there, so I decided to go back and just go linear, which ended up to be the right thing to do because, as you'll see in a second, the portal room is right here. And it's a 2-eye. I actually... I messed up my crafting here. You're supposed to just do the math in your head and see how many eyes you have to craft, but I overcrafted by 1. I crafted 9 when I had 2 already, so I had 11. And there were 2 in the portal. So I had 1 extra, but that's fine because I still have a bunch of ender pearls. I'm not really worried about wasting my pearls or anything. And I'm running to the middle here to set up my 1 cycle. And now I'm checking my F5 mode to see where the dragon is. I can see she's up there. I'm kind of hoping that I get a fast perch, because if I don't get a fast perch, this doesn't sub 20, and if I get a perch that's too fast, I haven't crafted my beds in time, but I've crafted my beds now. They're not in the right slots in my inventory. I think she's perching at this point, but she's actually not. She baited me. She looks like she's perching, but then she fireballs me, so I know it's not an actual perch. But as you can see, I've got 5 beds in my inventory there. I'm usually confident with 6, but I've also got a respawn anchor, which can be used in the same way as a bed. You've just got to charge it up. It's a bit more tricky than placing a bed when you do the 1 cycle. But I got a really quick perch anyway. Still on sub 20 pace. I'm panicking here, and I actually messed up this 1 cycle really, really badly. I don't know how I managed to pull this off. I double-clicked the bed there. I got that one wrong. The anchor was the only explosive that really turned out like I wanted it to, and then I had to finish the dragon with the axe as well. But there you go. That's my first sub 20 Minecraft speedrun. As you can see, the RTA isn't sub 20. So I'm still gonna grind. I'm still gonna grind for better times, because this is pretty close to that 20-minute mark, and it's unnerving for me. Anyway, thanks for watching.